Updating attributes in Apache NiFi. Here you can see working with flow file attributes is a core aspect of NiFi. It is assumed that attributes are small enough to be entirely read into local memory every time the processor executes in it. So it is important that they are easy to work with. As attributes are the core way of routing and processing flow file, it is very common to have processors that just change the flow file attributes. One such example here is update attribute processor. All the update attribute processor does is change the incoming flow files attributes. Taking a look at the diagram, before the processor there is the flow file F1 that has attributes and a pointer to the content C1. The processor update flow files attribute by creating a new delta F1.1 that still has a pointer to the content C1, and attributes underscore modified provenance event is emitted when in this example the previous processor invoke HTTP fetch the information from a URL and created a new response flow file within the file name attributes that is the same as the request flow file. This does not describe the response flow file, so the update attribute processor modifies the file name attribute to something more relevant, URL and transaction ID. For the sake of focusing on the attributes underscore modified event, the flow files F1 provenance events leading up to this point. In addition to additional arbitrary attributes via update attributes, extracting information from the content of a flow file into the attributes is a very common use case. One such example in the web crawler flow is the extract text processor. As an example, we can use URL when it is embedded within the content of the flow file. So we must extract the URL from the content of the flow file and place it as an attribute. This way we can use expression language to reference this attribute in the URL property of invoke HTTP in this example. Here you can see response is connected to update attribute, and update attribute interact with success before and after. Response is connected to update attribute interact with success, and if here in flow file before F1 is connected, if F1 is pointing to C1, and in content you can see C1. In after you can see F1.1 is connected is pointing to C1, and in content repository you can see C1, and in provenance now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.